wanted to ask you, Wolf, like, so once you discovered us in 2019, like you said, you being more of an introvert, how did it feel to discover that the cannabis community is like a global thing, and like in this divided world, you know, like you got your cannabis people all over the world. How has that been, like this, discovering this community?
Right. I think that's the beauty of it because it's like, you find your people. It's like they say, like having like this community where I know like I can smoke and be comfortable and it's chilled. It's, you rarely see like altercations or like a lot of loud drama going on. Everybody's smoking happy, haha kiki, It's like it was just chill. So like coming into Happy Monkey and just seeing like everybody had their little sections. It was like you can come with your friends, play game night, or like, you guys may have like had something going on that night that was like, really dope. I remember the costume contest you guys had, and it was just like, it was just good energy. So once finding that that's like somewhere like in Spain, when we found that at the lounges out there as well, it was like you could just walk in, like if you was going into a club or to a bar, you go and you buy a drink, you turn up, have fun, dance, go home. Same with these lounges. It's like you go in, you smoke your weed, you buy more weed, you smoke your weed again, and you go home. So it was just like, I don't know, that whole scene of just seeing like the community come from all over the world is like, it's amazing. Like, it's the same vibes too. Like, the language don't mean shit. We don't even gotta speak the same language. It's just like you understand the energy. Oh, you want to smoke? Like, even out there, they roll tobacco with hash.
Spliff. Yeah, they roll spliffs.
Yeah, so it was tweaking us out when we went. Me and Frankie was like looking, and they had bowls of just tobacco sitting there. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
What's that?
They got hay on the table.
They do the same thing in Amsterdam. I mean, and that went a long time ago, right, at this point, right? And think about it like this. When I split a Dutch and threw away all the tobacco, all the European dudes looked at me like, what you doing?
Right.
That's part.
Yeah. They're like, yo, what you doing?
Give it back.
Yeah. They're like, what? And then they saw me roll it with one leaf. Yeah. They're like,
no, and then the amount of flour you use, they tweak the fuck out.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, you're not, like, splitting it? Like,
that's what it is. They save the flour. They save some of the flour because they use it with they use tobacco or gravel. I don't know. At this point, it's like, ooh. But I'm like, nah, I'm using mad flour. They looking at me crazy. I'm like, psh, you crazy. My first time here, I'm rolling this fat ass blunt in this Dutch, and they looking at me throw away the gut, and they're like, all right, well, I want to sit here and I'm gonna smoke with you. Like now, now they want to taste my shit. I taste their shit. I'm like, I can't do it. And it was I seen this. I'm like, first of all, I seen this big ass joint. Yeah. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. Smoke it. It's like, I was harsh. I couldn't do it. I had to give it back. I was like, I can't do it. So I was like, I gave them the Dutch, and they kind of smoked it, and they liked it a little bit. Like, see, it's still kind of the same thing, but it's not the same thing, right? Because it's like, yeah, I'm smoking weed. Y'all was smoking tobacco. Like, so it was crazy. Cigarette.
No, yeah, so it was crazy seeing that. And I think now, like, when we talk about, like, Europe and stuff, I just had these two lovely people reach out to do a piece for the Netherlands. And they live in Brooklyn, and they're doing this piece for the Netherlands, and it's a 3-part documentary series. It's going to air on their version of, like, a PBS station. Like what they consider PBS, that's what they're doing. Wow. So that was kind of big, and I was like, "Wait,
hell yeah!" What?
And they met me at the park. They traveled with me to an event. They got to film me do an event, and we talked about a little bit from like the legal to legacy part because they don't know that. They don't know the term legacy at all. And then the other part is going to be in Morocco. They said, and it's supposed to be about like how they went from legalization to now they're not legal. Right. So they were.
That's where they get all the hash from over there in Morocco too.
Hash, boy. The Moroccan hash.
Yeah. So it's like, and I think the other part is in the Netherlands about like their culture and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But to think that Roland would have done this.
They think you local, but you global. Whoa. What did you think, Wolf? You were there when we had our opening up in Dykeman. You know, you've been seeing us, like you said, from the Speakeasy Lounge days, you know, coming up there and bringing it back to the culture. What did you think? How did you feel about what was happening?
And you done a bunch of shit with us, right?
Yeah.
You worked a couple of events with us,
we
and after that, and we've
I was
done
gonna
stuff.
say after that,
Yeah.
it's been you guys pretty much booked me for every event that like was like cannabis themed mostly, for like those bigger parties. So like just seeing the growth with you guys in general is like witnessing like again going from the speakeasy to now a dispensary. That's huge, you know. And then it doesn't even look like, you know, it's like an art gallery. When you look at it from the outside, it's like it looks like a nice little clothing store, but then you're like, wait, it looks like it goes further back. What else is back there? You know, I don't know. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud to see like it being, you know, in Dykeman. You know, that's big too.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, please do. Please do.
So don't say being that you've been to literally every Happy Monkey event, I want to know which ones were your top three.
Top three.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have to say number one would be the Sex Museum.
Ooh.
710 Sex Museum.
How come?
That one, we had the first custom Happy Monkey bands. It was like Wolf X Happy Monkey.
Boom.
We had those custom Happy Monkey filters.
Boom.
The location was iconic, you know, and I don't know, it was just that night, the vibes. I remember, so I was in the dungeon, and the dungeon was the dungeon. Hot box. There was no air filtration, nothing. I remember people coming up to me like fanning me, trying to give me air, and I'm like, I'm okay.